where every week I'm going to bring a different principle on how to 10 times your business. If you missed the first one, you can go down below and watch the first one right below there. And for this second one, you can see I'm here in cloudy London. This is London Docklands, and the principle this week is vision. Now, it's not the kind of vision you might think, because you might think, well, wait, doesn't everyone who's entrepreneurial need vision? Just get the big picture. People like Elon Musk, Richard Branson see the future. No, it's more than that. You see, yesterday, when it wasn't so cloudy, I went up in that, it's called the Emirates Flyer. It goes all the way across the Thames to the other side. And this is the view I got at sunset. Now you can see as I am traveling up here, there is a massive group of buildings there. That happens to be one of the very first places where I worked when I was still a student, working on one of the first sites of what is today Canary Wharf. And you can say, hey, you know, the government had great vision to actually get Canary Wharf started up. In fact, the first of the developers to go there when it was just wharfs and turn it into the big buildings you see there, they must have done amazingly out of having that vision. Well, those are Reichman brothers, and they actually set up a company which is called Olympia York, based in Canada, and they ended up building those tall buildings right in the middle, including One Canada Square, still the tallest, and they ended up losing everything. The entire place went bankrupt. That's because the crash came. They went from a place where they had this great vision, and it actually went on hold from the 1980s all the way through the 1990s, all the way through to the year 2000, and it was only in the 2000s that the whole place started to get regenerated. And now today, over the last 10 years, it has become one of the main centers in Europe, but it took 20 years of the vision coming too early, which made that happen. Now, you might be thinking, well, am I thinking too big or too fast right now? Let me give you another example, going back to the scene from last night, and you can see that there is this massive dome right in front of all of those buildings. That is today the O2 Center, but it used to be the Millennium Dome. It was actually in about 1998-99, I was working together with a group which included Richard Branson, included the Virgin Group, that were putting in a bid for the Millennium like big displays or festivals or exhibitions or whatever it happened to be that the Millennium Commission was wanting to fund for the year 2000. Guess what happened? We didn't get it, because they came to us and said, hey, you know what? You don't have any architect that's building anything incredibly big or huge or different from everyone else out there. We just had this really, really fun festival that we were going to run. And so they ended up getting it to these guys that actually ran the Millennium Dome. It was Richard Rogers who actually then designed the dome, and the dome ended up becoming one of the biggest white elephants ever in the UK. So what happened was they ended up, first of all, putting in about £600-700 million worth of money, which all ended up getting lost. They couldn't sell any of the tickets for the idea of the dome, which is just having a celebration of the year 2000. The whole place went into receivership. The whole place went into effectively not even being used for the next 5-6 years. And then it was only in the mid-2000s that it started getting used again. So what did it get used for? Well, to begin with, they thought maybe we'll use it for some sport. Maybe we'll use it for some exhibitions. And eventually, it was a company, AEG, who came in, bought it over in 2007, got O2 as a sponsor for £6 million a year, branding rights to be able to actually have their name on it. So imagine that, £600 million, £700 million goes into it. $6 million a year is going to take you 100 years to get your money back, basically. But what happened was they then ended up taking what was something that happened too early. They then regenerated it and turned it into what is now the biggest entertainment center in the world. And so in both cases, you could say there was vision, but vision that was too big too early ended up not working. On the other hand, those who came in and actually saw how to execute on that vision more effectively, they actually ended up getting there. And this is the difference of vision as a telescope compared to vision as a microscope. You have to have both as an entrepreneur. You have to be able to see into the future further than others might be able to see. You have to see more minutely the data of what is telling you today is going on with your customers, the data of what's happening when people come to your website, and be able to actually say, what can I learn from both of these two to then take the middle distance? And then your execution needs to be on the middle distance. If you watch the first video, you'll see that I actually included in there a link to a microdegree, which is the first microdegree, Find Your Flow, which actually allows you to find your values. It also allows you to set your first 3 months vision. Like in the next 3 months, we're beginning of January. In the next 3 months up to the end of March, what's your vision for your health? What's your vision for your relationships? What's your vision for your business, your team? If you go through and actually just follow the links down there and you go through the different 12 steps of what your vision will look like in the next 3 months. That gives you that practice of being able to say, am I thinking too big? Am I thinking too small? Can I stretch myself but not break myself? The most important thing about vision, and the reason that vision is the second of the principles, is too many of us are caught stuck in our memory, meaning that we're waking up every day as the person we were yesterday. So we're waking up with the same problems, we're waking up with the same challenges, the same belief systems. But if you wake up with a clearer vision of your future than the memory of your past, then you wake up into your future more than you end up getting stuck in your past. So vision is the opposite of memory. And we do not learn vision at school in the same way we practice our memory. The key as you go through this next week is to be thinking, how clear are you on the vision of where you're going, and how can you share others on that vision as well. So with that being shared, you can hear the aeroplane going by. I'm now about to head to the airport where we are going to be heading now to Singapore, and I'm going to have a chance to share my third video next week with you. In the meantime, put a post below about where you are in the world and about what you got from this video, all about getting the right vision. And the more that you're focusing this year at fulfilling a vision which is a better world for you, a better world for the world, the planet, the people around you, a better world for your team, and most importantly, a better world for your customer, the more you're going to realize that that vision starts coming to you faster than you go approaching the vision. I'll see you on the next episode of Entrepreneur TV.